Top five. Who's your top five? My top five.
Top five, ladies and gentlemen, where I give Vincent a list. He gives us his scintillating commentary on it. And Vincent, I had a little struggle with today's top five because I wanted to keep it in theme.
Sure.
And my first thought of a theme, thinking about Running Scared, the movie that we're going to be reviewing, and thinking about Gregory Hines.
Yeah.
Who was gone too soon.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And when I started thinking about Gregory Hines and his movie careers particularly, it was like, okay, Hines, what? Gone too soon. He didn't do a lot of movies. I'm thinking in my head, he did maybe 5, 6, 7 movies.
Like this, Tap. He was in Ragtime. What's the one with Mikhail Baryshnikov?
White Nights.
White Nights. Rage in Harlem. And The Cotton Club. Wait. I said Ragtime. I meant The Cotton Club. Was
Okay.
he in Ragtime?
No.
Right. So yeah, I meant The Cotton Club.
Okay. But okay. So
done?
Those are pretty like the movies that I'm thinking too. So I'm thinking in my head, I'll do like actors that kind of like went too soon and left a small body of work. Gregory Hines did 40 films. I couldn't believe it. Now, he's not the star in all of them, but he has roles in 40 films.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, that doesn't mean that doesn't fit the criteria.
Yeah, but now I wish your top 5 was 5 films Gregory Hines was in that Vince doesn't know about.
So I had to come up with another top 5.
Okay.
So I looked at Running Scared specifically. Gregory Hines, noted tap dancer.
Yes, he is.
Actor, but still big time. I think first thing most people think of is a dancer.
Sure.
Billy Crystal is his running mate in this movie. Billy Crystal, comedian.
Yes.
And Billy Crystal, not everyone's first choice for anything that calls for action.
No.
So I was like, okay, that's a weird buddy cop team up for a movie.
It really is, which we'll talk about.
Right. So then I started thinking, okay, well, there have to be other crazy buddy cop movie combinations out there, right?
Okay.
Tons of them.
Fair.
Right? But I decided not to do a top 5 of any of them.
Oh, good, because I thought we would talk about the Tom Hanks dog movie.
No. So what I did was I went back to the 80s.
Okay.
And I said, if someone could be daring enough to put Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal together in a film, if I gave Vincent 2 other stars of the 80s who seemingly you would never pair together, could you come up with a buddy cop concept for these 2 stars?
Okay.
So I've got 5 combinations for you, Vincent.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Here we go.
Put on your casting cap.
It's casting cap is
It's
on.
Vincent, the movie producer.
All right.
Buddy cop for number 5.
Okay. Who are the buddies?
80s huge R&B star Diana Ross
Diana Ross. Okay.
and Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. And they are buddy cops. So, like, he can't be her handler.
No. So
They
he
have to
can't be the
actu-
bodyguard.
Right. They actually have to be partners. Okay. So the 2 of them are detectives that deal with high-end
Hair.
theft. High-end theft. So she knows fashion and jewelry.
Okay.
He knows like art, paintings,
Okay.
sculpture.
Okay.
There has been a break-in at MoMA
Okay.
in New York.
Okay.
And the thing about it is that that would require a very highly specialized fence. The 2 of them are the agents on the case. It takes them from New York to Milan to another country. I was just trying to, I couldn't think off the top of my head like let's say Tokyo.
Okay. Is there sexual tension?
There is not.
Really? Interesting.
No sexual tension.
None at all?
And in fact, Diana Ross has the love interest.
Oh, so she
and
already has.
Walken doesn't.
Is her love interest the fence or
Yes.
is it the criminal?
Perhaps both. But he's ethnic, brown, speaks a bunch of different languages, and that's part of the tension. You don't know where he fits into all this.
Is it a 1980s Raul Julia?
That could work.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got a title? If you don't, it's fine.
I don't.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
don't.
We'll put it in a title machine.
Bedazzled. With 2 words.
Oh, so be dazzled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for some reason you were going to try and get like Christopher Walken to be like dancing in this because he's a bit of a dance man.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm not.
not
Because
dancing.
Diana
with
Ross is not going to be dancing.
We don't want Diana Ross.
So, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You know, you made your point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's number 5.
All right.
Number 4.
Number 4.
It's the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the world of action.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the biggest star of the world of action in the 80s is Sylvester Stallone.
Okay. And who is he partnered with?
You know who he has never partnered with in his life?
Who?
Anyone from hip hop.
Okay.
So in this action film from the 80s, Sylvester Stallone teams up with Salt and Pepper.
Sylvester Stallone and Salt and Pepper. Oh, it's a drug thing uptown. It's some type of.
Why gotta be a drug thing?
I'm going to tell you why. Because Sylvester Stallone is an old school narcotics detective, but we're going to lean on him being Italian. He came up through the 70s working organized crime and the mafia, but now it's the 80s and things are shifting. And he can't really operate in Brooklyn and Harlem.
Right.
So they have these new detectives
These new jack cops
right out of the academy who have connections, and both of them deal with sort of being quote unquote traitors to their tribe, which is what Sylvester Stallone has dealt with his whole career as an Italian American detective working the mafia, and now the 2 of them are dealing with that as well.
Oh, I love it, Vincent.
There you go.
Look, that is on point.
There you go.
That is on point.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
All right.
Oh man, I'll be down for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't tell me there's no sexual tension between Sylvester Stallone and Pepper.
There's sexual tension between Sylvester Stallone and Pepper.
All right. There's sexual tension between Pepper and everybody.
I was about to say.
Ooh.
Push it good.
Yeah.
Push it real good.
Mm. Oh, we're on air. Number 3.
Number 3.
Now, this is in the 80s.
80s.
Someone you would never think would do action, but would do comedy.
Okay.
And it was a growing star in the 80s.
Okay.
And that from television,
Mm-hmm.
one Michael J. Fox.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is going to be easy because I think he can work with everybody.
Well, then you tell me, how does Michael J. Fox work with that other 80s superstar of television, Mr. T?
Michael J. Fox and Mr. T, they are undercover.
How is Mr. T going undercover?
Because they're working at a circus. They're doing a circus. The crime people are using the circus to move things from city to city. They go undercover. Mr. T is a strong man. And Michael J. Fox is, what are we going to make Michael J. Fox?
The bearded lady?
A magician.
Okay, he's a magician.
Mr. T is a strong man. Michael J. Fox is a magician. They are working undercover in a circus that they think is a front for smuggling things throughout the country.
See, I think I love the circus, but I think,
and it's the 80s, so like the laws with animals aren't as strict as they are now. So it can be elephants and monkeys and shit and all kinds of things, and they can do all kinds of things, and But
I think you're missing an opportunity.
How you gonna ask me what my idea is and then tell me?
I love your idea. I love your idea, but I can't be in the room too.
What's the idea?
I love the idea of the circus. Mr. T as a strong man is a little too easy because he's Mr. T. He's not undercover. You gotta make Mr. T a clown.
No,
why not?
First of all, Mr. T has zero range. We've talked about
that. That's the joke.
No. It's already high concept. It's already a lot of moving pieces. Just the two of them in the circus, and it's animals, and it's all these things. Having Mr. T go against type within this is too much.
He's not going against type, but because of his mohawk, right?
The other thing is, I'm not selling this as a comedy. Like, it's light, but it's not a comedy.
This is a tense thriller in a circus with Michael J. Fox and Mr. T.
It tonally, I think it's closer to this. Like, it's a little breezy. It's a little breezy.
So what's the title of this? Blood in the Ring?
I don't have a title.
Blood under the circus top.
Blood would not be in the title, though.
Blood would not be in the title.
Blood would not be in the title. There's a solid PG.
PG. It's a thriller, but it's serious, but it's PG.
It's solid PG, knocking on PG-13.
I think you're missing it. Mr. T is not a clown. Because then he doesn't have to go against type, but he's just dressed as a clown. It gives a reason for the haircut. Yeah. And then you can dye the haircut.
Yeah.
And he's got the face, and he's got
also that pulls away from Michael J. Fox. It's too much. Mr. T is too much. Like Mr. T, DC Cab shows you got to keep Mr. T in his lane.
Was he too much in Rocky?
Well, that's perfect. He's actually perfect in Rocky 3. Like the Mr. T thing is he got so popular that he couldn't be a bad guy. You couple him with Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox can't be a bad. So you say it's a buddy, like a buddy cop. Like the twist I'm about to make with one of these is that they're going to be villains or at least rogues.
Okay.
But the two of these two guys, I think work as undercover cops because America loves them.
No, I get them as undercover cops.
Which means you gotta play it straight within their lanes.
Okay.
And once you start moving Mr. T outside, like that's why DC Cab in Mr. T's canon is the weakest Mr. T entry, like that, and arguably the cartoon where he's like a gymnastics coach. Yeah, it's really like you got to keep Mr. T in his pocket for him to work. So I lift shit, but I'm also a cop.
Yeah, but he could be a clown lifting. It'd be
right?
funny if it's a clown.
Well, that's for your list then. I'm not gonna have him as a clown. He have one of them shirts, one of them strongman shirts, and he's lifting things.
Elephants,
right?
Okay, all right.
Like maybe there's a comedic moment with a monkey or an elephant or something that likes him. Like I said, it's 1980, whatever. So there are no animal protection laws at all. Like they can drug some tigers and have them out around them. Or not drug some tigers, and they're chasing them around like the lion did Minnie Riperton. Have you ever seen the outtakes of that photo shoot for Minnie Riperton's?
No.
Yeah, where you know the album cover where it's her with the lion?
Yeah.
That lion rears up.
Oh, really?
So there are photos of Minnie Riperton like scared because the lion is rearing up, and it's like, man, the 70s was wild. So
did you ever see that? Speaking of lions, you ever see that movie that was filmed? I can't remember the name of it. This guy does a movie about living with the lions and tigers, his family grew up with the lions.
Yes,
but you see him playing with them. And they're beating the hell out of him.
Yes, because they're lions.
Because they're lions. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just being lions.
Yes.
They're walking around with pieces of his flesh on their nails.
Right.
That's crazy. All right. Number two. All right. Now, world of 80s. Pop star. Also movie star. Okay. Teamed with probably the appropriate action star to team him with.
Okay.
So we have Prince and Kurt Russell.
Oh, the Gentleman Thieves.
Kurt Russell is a
gentleman thief. Kurt Russell is a gentleman thief. Think of Kurt Russell. Trying to think of a good well, first of all, it's a little bit against type with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, okay. If you're putting him as a gentleman thief, yes.
But they're very much there. I think Kurt Russell.
No, I love Kurt Russell.
Right.
He could do it.
No. But I think so much. You think about Big Trouble in Little China. You think about Escape from New York. They really play up him as this kind of tough guy. But I do think you have to play it up. I think Kurt Russell, when you look at Kurt Russell's whole career, A, is a decent actor.
Very good.
Which leads to B, part of the reason he gets played up as this kind of tough guy in these movies is because that's the role. But in a different role,
he's totally different.
You give him a haircut, put a tuxedo on him. I think they're gentlemen thieves along the lines of, well, Kurt Russell more than Prince. But even Prince, I think you could work it where it's like almost that Cary Grant gentleman thief, where I'm a gentleman thief, but I can throw the hands if I need to. And then they steal some stuff. Make it international.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Filmed on location in the south of France.
Oh, so you're kind of almost remaking Under the Cherry Moon.
I have to say that's where Prince's look comes from in my mind.
That is a good look. I mean, I could actually see it in black and white.
Both of them, at some point, have one of them black cat suits, and they breaking into things, breaking into safes, and
the people, they'll show up for Prince in a cat suit.
Right, sliding in between the laser security, and one of them is good at cracking safes.
Is Prince going to have his butt cheeks out of his cat suit?
He is not.
And have his heels? He's got to have his 3-inch heels. He got to have his heels. If you're not going to, if his butt cheeks is covered, he's got to have his heels.
He might have heels. Yeah.
All right. With some chains.
But yeah, Gentlemen Thieves.
Gentlemen Thieves. Prince and Kurt Russell. Okay. All right. I see Aaron Fry in the chat saying this might be like a Dirty Rotten Scoundrels type. I don't know about Dirty Rotten Scoundrels because there's more con men. But I see what he's pulling at there.
I'm actually think about it. Imagine if Hudson Hawk was good.
I have never seen all of Hudson.
Well, imagine it if it was good.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Now my number one. Combination.
Which
may also be equally easy for you.
Okay.
two actors, well, two stars of the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
One who I don't believe ever did an action film.
Okay.
And one who longed to do any type of film.
Okay.
And both of whom are, sad to say, no longer with us.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
And Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, you got to do high fantasy.
Well, just to make sense of Michael Jackson.
Right, you got to do high fantasy. And Robin Williams is going to match his energy.
See, that's the thing. It's not so much Robin Williams matching Michael's energy. It's will Michael be able to match Robin's energy?
Yeah. It's basically Dungeons and Dragons.
So it'd be like, like a sword and sorcery type of situation.
Right. And they're both roguish, once again, perhaps roguish thieves. And
there's nothing roguish about Michael Jackson.
I think there's a bit of mischief in Michael Jackson. Like I think about him as a scarecrow. There's some mischief in there.
Okay, that's 70s Michael Jackson.
Okay.
We're talking 80s Michael
I think
Jackson.
about him in the Remember the Time video.
Oh, are you kidding me?
There's mischief there. There's mischief. There's humor. There's energy. I see he and Robin Williams running from some guards.
I try to picture Michael Jackson running. Don't see me.
He runs in a couple of his videos.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
It's got to be a fantasy thing though. Like
fantasy, I can see.
Like both of them got to have on some tunics.
I can see definitely some Dungeons and Dragons type of thing.
And some type of pouch.
See, I don't think...
Like they go into places and pay for things with coins.
I can see that.
Right.
I can see that. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. That's interesting.
Like I feel like Michael Jackson would really get into like sitting at a table eating with like a mutton leg in his hand and a big goblet, pretending there's something in there. Like, I mean, he's basically playing dress up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be really dressed up.
Yeah. And then, Hook is not great, but you could tell Robin Williams was having a ball.
Hook is not, and I like Hook.
But it's not great. Yeah.
It's not great, but it's memorable.
Yeah. It actually kind of makes me sad now that I don't have a sword and sorcery light fantasy film with Robin Williams and Michael Jackson. I think that could be fun.
But okay.
Yeah, I think that could be fun.
I think it actually would be more fun if it was Robin Williams and Prince. I think Prince would get into it more. I think Prince has shown that he can get a line over.
Would I rather see Prince? No, I'm going to go with Michael Jackson.
See,
here's the problem with Prince. Prince makes it sexier than I think it needs to be.
Well, the man can't help but be what he is.
Like, I don't think it needs to be sexy at all.
Well, it doesn't need to be, but it doesn't hurt.
That's a different energy.
See, but my problem...
And Robin Williams doesn't need to be near anything sexy.
Okay, but my problem with Michael Jackson is that if this was the Wiz Michael Jackson, I'd go with you. But this is the 80s Michael Jackson. The 80s Michael Jackson
I think
is
there's
far
a
removed from
period
that.
between Thriller and Bad that you can still work with Mike.
I don't.
Yeah, like there's whatever that moment is where he bleaches his skin.
Oh, no.
Get to Bad.
Okay, I see you on that, but I think Thriller
The Thriller video, Michael Jackson, you can work with.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that Michael Jackson is still very affected, and where the Wiz Michael Jackson is not.
No, I'm not giving you that. There's a moment in the Thriller video. It's my favorite moment in the video where Ola Ray gets up and she's like, I'm scared, and Michael's like, I'm watching, and she gets up and leaves,
and he's still there.
There's a split second where he cuts her a look that it's like, oh, well, see, that's it right there. Like, that's the foreshadowing right there that he's the monster. And then when he comes out and he's teasing her and I 100% disagree with you. If they film it the week after they film the Thriller video,
So
You got to catch him at the right moment.
This window of time, week after Thriller.
Look, whatever happened between Thriller and the cover of Bad, he loses it. Like the video for Bad where he tells Wesley Snipes, you ain't bad, you ain't nothing. That's too late.
Well, I think he's on his way there.
No.
At the end of Thriller.
You got to catch him right at the end of Thriller.
You know what?
I mean, it's like 3 years between the albums.
No. You know what? I'll give you. I'll give you immediately after Off the Wall. No, because immediately after.
You said 80s. I'm trying to play it straight.
80s.
Okay, all
that
right.
is 80s. Because you got to remember, because even though he has an afro in the cover.
As he's making Thriller.
Right.
All right. I'll take that.
Because I'm thinking of Michael Jackson in the, what's the video that's mostly him dancing?
Rock With You?
Rock With You.
Mm-hmm.
That Michael Jackson, I think, has vestiges of the Wiz Michael Jackson because he just permed his hair.
Sure.
And I think you.
All right, I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that.
All right.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen, that was my top 5.
All right.
I hope you were entertained.
Yes.